multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Trap Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com. Stay connected to Larry Reid Live. Take a moment and like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the bell. Text LRL to 404-999-7527. That's the words LRL to 404-999-7527. And get notified when we go live. Become a member of Patreon. Log on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Sign up, then download the Patreon app and turn on your notifications. Get connected today.
We're about to have a conversation.
This is Larry Reid from Larry Reid Live. I'm the host of Larry Reid Live, president of the MBN Network, and the senior pastor and senior prophet of Reformation Church of Atlanta. I keep getting asked the question over and over. I went live yesterday and talked about how Bishop Carlton Pearson is going to be celebrated all over the country. There are people that are doing tributes before he passed. I ran a video on the platform. Michelle Williams, Noel Jones, Gary Oliver. I'm going off the top of my head. Bishop George Bloomer. There's so many people that honored him. I may break that down and start posting here on IG and everywhere else, just everybody's individual. Get well soon before he passed on to the next stage. Now, let me see how I'm going to say this. There will continually be more celebrations. And so to answer your question, why, because that's the question, why are there so many Carlton Pearson celebrations? Because he deserved it. He deserved it. This is a global voice, a icon, and a father in the faith. So he has to be honored. He has to be honored. Now let me say this to remind you guys what a eulogy is. Eulogy. Eulogy meaning that you honor the person. Eulogy, good word. Say the good word. It's not a time to state your doctrinal difference and your stance. We've been hearing you say that 1,000 times. And to those that love him and supported him the last 20 years, especially the last 5 or 6 years, we know how that injured him. What he wanted was just his friends to be friends and not allow doctrines to separate, because he did not ever. So don't take that opportunity to do that, because at that moment, it's no longer you honoring him. This is the reason why I have reprimanded, if that may be the wrong word, had commentary not so favorable as relates to others who honored him but had to mention, well, our life took us 2 different paths, or, well, we didn't always agree. Farouk, that and you. Okay? Not now. Not on my watch. You hope I don't see it, because if I got time, I'm gonna take time. But I've been careful with that through here, because y'all know I pop off. But I'm very calculated and I think well. And so stay tuned and I'll tell you everything you need to know. Now, so to answer the question why there's so many celebrations, first part, because he's worthy of it. Second part is this. Now help me, Lord, because I got to hold this till later. Bishop Carlton Pearson's ministry began in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and in evangelical Christianity. He opened the door to the white evangelicals for black Pentecostals to come through. Most of them have adapted or adopted white evangelical Christianity and has left Pentecostalism. But that's neither here or there. But these two groups that he merged together, about 80%, 90% of them view Carlton as a heretic. Although they view him as a heretic and wrong, they still loved him but did not know how to love him and their doctrine. But he did, because his doctrine was love. So they found out that the family, funeral times is a lot. There's a lot of things to be considered at that time. And they needed help. I didn't know it. And I don't want to speak for nobody else, but we did not know it was as it was until someone had jumped in there and said, okay, I'll do this. Not only would I do that, but I want to pay. Now, amongst me, I'm going to go say it. Amongst me, Bishop Jordan, some others, John P. Carlton ain't needed nothing over the last years. Sam as well. He ain't needed nothing. But this situation, we didn't know about this situation, but when we found out, it had already been taken care of. And the people that jumped in are from that people that do not agree with the last 20 years of his life work. That was fine. I mean, because if this is their repentance seed or repentance offering, if this is how they want to make up for what they did, great. But then about 7 days ago, a little bit after Carlton's passing, well, a little bit right before, because he wasn't speaking for about 5 days prior. Now all these stipulations came up. All right, you can't say inclusion. You can't say the gospel of inclusion. You can't have any progressive theology leaders, that would be me, and others, to speak, especially Bishop Yvette Flunder. Wait a minute. I was there when he said he want her to be one of the few that say something at his actual funeral. No, we have to protect the episcopacy. Now, let me explain something. When a bishop dies that has apostolic succession, and y'all see this a lot in the Kojic church, but it happens everywhere, there's a certain way that your funeral is supposed to go. It has to do with how certain things, how you put away, and the viewing, and you have to lie in state. And it's normally 2 or 3 funerals. Like we just saw with the bishop that just died from the board, he had 2 funerals. One is local, one is national. And usually the national one takes on all of those, things the way that they put bishops away. So those people came in while the family was vulnerable, that's correct, and in need. Like a savior, but now a dictator. So these things can't be said or done. So that throws all of Carlton's community for the last 20 years and his closest friends, to sit in the funeral room. That's next Friday at Transformation Church in Tulsa, Oklahoma on the 1st. We just sit in honor. Our presence is honoring Bishop Carlton's honor, which would have been fine for me. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I don't care. Me, y'all, the hand of God is on my life. I'm blessed. I mean, I'm really blessed. So I don't need what other folk need. I don't look to the church, the institution, for my sense of well-being or livelihood to my institution. I am a pastor, and I have been for Jesus Christ. Whew, we're about to come 30 years, 2027, so count whatever that is. And so I don't need all of that. I can work with you if you want to do this, you want to do that. So I'm saying, look, fine. This is how they want to do it. Let's not make a big deal out of it. I do believe these people who call him a heretic, who even at his bedside, ask questions like, well, are you saved, or do you believe in the hell now, or do you believe you're going to heaven? All that, some foolishness. Want to walk through the plan of salvation. I got so much to tell y'all. I still believe those people loved him, but they're religious. And religion, for some people that are religious, means more. They say it as God. Means more than being nice, being kind, being thoughtful, being courteous. I would expect that even in that religiosity, something in you would say, well, let's to at least honor what we know he wants. But that ain't the case. That's not the case. So that's not the case, and it's okay. By me. Now, half the family is highly upset. But then, Julian is a very nice guy. Majesty, I only talked to her one time. She seemed to be cool. Gina, I met at hospice. I could see them being work-withable. And that they are being kind enough to allow these other people to come in to do a version of what they think it should be, in spite of what Carlton was very clear and direct on. If you watch my last post, you see in his own voice, at the first part of the clip I'm talking, but you see in his own voice where he say what he wants and he calls names. Now there's a name he said, we can't quite figure it out because his voice was so soft. Well, we heard him say Lee Andrew, we heard him say Ricky Dillard, but I think he said, I don't know whether or not I'm going to have Tamala. Now I know that he loved Tamala, man. But that's what it sounds like he said. And if that's the case, I'm going to call up publicists and see if I can get her there. But that's the only people that's performing. Lee Andrea, Ricky Dillard, Tamala, if we can contact her. Well, I know how to contact her. And then John P. Key has been a family friend and close to Carlton for years. That's it, in my opinion. Now, I don't know what David Smith is going to say. We're about to have a meeting. Or Mike Williams. I'm consulting with people I know who've been in his life for years. Bishop Yvette Flunder, D.E. Polk, to find out, what they think if we should ask somebody else. But my thing is just to do exactly what he said. And he said what he wanted. So let's make that happen. And we're coming together. And these pastors are showing up. I just got a call a few minutes ago from Bishop Flunder and her entire ministry. They sent 10,000 to get this done. And that's helping because I'm taking the bulk of it, but that's as of right now. By the time people finish responding, It could all be divvied up even, possibly. Who knows? But that's what's happening. Now there's a lot of people who were in his life over the last 20 years who's making a decision not to go to Tulsa at all. That's their prerogative because we have one in Atlanta. So you can go to both. You can go to just one. But when you come to Atlanta, you know that this is the one that is being done the way that he said. He said he wanted diversity because he ministered to all of us, those that are fundamentalists and those that are more expansive. And so that's what we're going to do. You know it's Christmas. You know the 1st of December coming and January 1st coming right behind it. For a boss like me, I got payroll. My payroll is probably what some people make a year, every month. But we're going to still do it. And I'm going to still get it done. And God will fund it just like he funds everything I think up. If it's his will, I'll be Hillier say that. If it's God's will, then it is his bill. And so people are taking a moment. Let me tell you something. You can't honor separate from money. And these people are honored. Bishop Yvette Flunder has put her love on display and sent $10,000. If you love Carlton Pearson, then you will help us with this. And everybody must register. It's free. Every VIP person must register. We need your contact or your assistant contact because you're going to be assigned a particular seat, special seating for you. Because we know who are the leaders and generals in the body of Christ, meaning the institution, the fundamentalists, all the way to the people that are more expansive and free. And we're going to honor you because that's what Bishop Carlton would do. Bishop Carlton would have you in the assigned seat and honor you. Don't matter if you didn't like him. He went to people, churches who got online and talked about him because it was an event or their birthday and went and sat in the chair. So we know that's how he is. And because I know that's his spirit, I'm not going to, I'm only going to Atlanta. I'm not going to the front. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. No, because it's honoring him. I don't care about these people. So I'm going to take my hind over there to Tulsa on Friday. And then December the 18th, 5 o'clock, Gas South Arena. We going all the way in with exactly the way that Bishop Carlton Pearson said that he wanted it. And that's what we're going to do. So don't y'all be online fussing about the down in Tulsa. You can feel like that, but let's not do that because we won't put all that around his time for honor. And there are people in Tulsa who can't travel to Atlanta. And so they're going to celebrate in Tulsa. Now, I've heard, I don't know how many people in Tulsa said we're going to both. And I've talked people into going to the one in Tulsa. I said because it's still honoring him. We know it ain't what he asked, but it's still honoring him. That's how I look at it. I ain't making no big fuss about that. I think it's the reason why I don't feel like a fuss about it is because we still doing what he wanted. And he must have knew. He had to know. When he telling me, I asked the question, you saw the video, he must have knew. He had to know. Because I wasn't supposed to come to his bedside. He called for it to be ASAP, right now. And the things that he shared and he disclosed, that being one of those things, he must have knew. If I tell Larry this, Larry gonna make sure it's happening. But I ain't gonna fight people that want to do it another way. Y'all do that, I'll still make sure it's happening. And it's happening just the way that he said. And it's going to be powerful. It's going to be historical. There are going to be people, VIPs there out of Hollywood who's coming to sit and not that they're going to have words. We may have space to be able to do that. But, yeah, people that loved Carlton Pearson for real, for real, for real. So, I'll see you in Atlanta. and we are going to be honoring him, and all having any tears of regret. None. Not at all. Yeah. So we're going to celebrate him. We all, listen, gospel legends that some of you probably ain't seen since Azusa. They're going to be in the house, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be wonderful. All right. I just wanted to share that, answer your question on why there's so many Carlton Pearson visuals. Because hell, he deserved it. What the hell? And secondly, there's these other variables, but we're not going to pay attention to them right now. We can give them attention later, but not right now. All right. See y'all. All right. I just showed you something that was aired on IG earlier. Just basically giving you the rundown. I'm about to tell you right now all of the celebrations that I have their time now. And I'm going to run through all of that information so that you can have that, okay? So let's go ahead. What is this here? You are wrong for the ones of us who supported him after his change and never abandoned him. It really looks bad on your part for making this like a money grab. Your comment looked bad on your part because anybody that follows this platform knows that nobody has given and supported more money than me, Bishop, Jordan, and Sam in his last few years to make sure he was able to buy his home and take care of his family. So fuck you to the high heavens. That mother fuck you and father fuck you. I get tired of these dumbass motherfuckers coming in my chat. I am not Carlton Pearson. That's a bishop, your grace. I'm not Bishop Jordan. That's a bishop, your grace. They tried to ordain me a bishop. I said no many years ago because God told me your calling cannot be your grace. I can't do that and do this. Maybe one day I will. If I do, I'll be reforming what bishops are because I'm going to be Larry Reid. You ain't no supporter. I ain't never hear Carlton mention your name. You somebody on the outside looking in. So you lied. Because if you were a supporter, I would know your name. That's how come I know who D.E. Polk is. That's how come I know who Harold Reid is. I know exactly who's where he's handling the episcopacy aspect on the first. If you were close to Carlton, he loved you. I don't think I know everything, but I think I will have some view of who you are. Mike Williams, Bishop Yvette Flunder, and that whole group of people. He said who supported him. And the baby too, whatever the hell your name is, you ain't one of them. So fuck you. Simple as that. Okay, so I'm about to read for you guys exactly where the celebrations are happening. Now, the celebrations in Tulsa, we're not going to be like, because it's celebrating. Hold on a minute. I'm live. I'll call you right back. All right. We're not going to be like, we're not going there. Although some people are not. Like, I don't expect that the close friends of, let me tell you one person I don't expect to go. And that's Bishop Yvette Flunder, because all of the other celebrations are basically to give a space and place for other inclusionists, especially if they are same gender loving, to say their words or whatever they want to say concerning Bishop Carlton Pearson. I understand why Transformation Church Mike Todd is doing that, because they have to protect their brand and their money, because that organization is backed by evangelical, that thing. And so if you look like you about to affirm inclusion, they say you can't say the word inclusion or the gospel of inclusion or any of the progressive theologians that lead movements of that nature, they can't say nothing because, and y'all know Mike Todd, when he spit at that man's hand and spit it over his face, and he made a statement about trans people. He been going viral all year for negative stuff. So he's scared of them. As simple as that. He's scared of them. However, Mike Todd was a member of Bishop Carlton Pearson. His parents were a member of Bishop Carlton Pearson Church when they were young. When he began to shift, some people split off of him. The McIntoshes went and started a church, and Mike Todd went over there with them. And so that relationship was broke down. But Bishop Carlton Pearson still loved everybody. So when he got in that trouble with that viral stuff, Bishop went there to check on him. Y'all saw them pictures came up last year, I think it was. He went to check on him. They talked, Bishop never changed his heart towards him. And then the relationship, So he wanted to do that for his childhood pastor that he still loved. And I get that, but it's impossible for him to do it the way Carlton wanted it to be done. Number one, because he's not in agreement with what with what Bishop Carlton Pearson preached and taught the last 20 years. And number two, because he's not free. He's not self-made. He was put in that place to do what he do. And it's working for them because they're generating millions a year to do it. So millions a year and the support of white evangelicals and that community versus honoring your childhood pastor the way he wanted to be honored. I'll pay for the funeral. I'll pay off the house, because that's what it was said. We'll raise money at the funeral. But let's still be honoring him. So that'll be good enough, because I got to keep this over here. Unfortunate, and it's the exact same pain that killed Carlton. The lack of loving support for him who was there for them. Some people don't know how to be loving, kind, loyal, and committed and hold to their own personal beliefs and convictions. I know how to do that. You need to know how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, it's going to be very interesting in some situation as time moves along, and you're just going to appear like that you don't love unconditionally like God. So there's that. Someone says, Majesty a member of Transformation. Yes, that's another aspect. So Majesty is the daughter, Julian is the son. Then Gina is the former wife who this year moved in to help the mom, but ended up helping Carlton. Carlton was still taking care of his mom, but he got sick. Then his sister, Monica, started taking care of the mom. So it's funerals and stuff, y'all. This is not, so it brings up a lot of stuff. So it's in the favor of the family to allow Transformation and Mike Todd to do this. Favor meaning money, because that's the money answers all things. There's some things that needs to be done. I did not know about this until after this was already decided. Had I known about it, and Bishop Jordan, you already know how that would have went. I mean, because it's not even that expensive, in my opinion, to give him what he wanted. It's not. Okay. Can't do nothing about people putting that. Oh, yes, his family appreciates it because they know that I don't have to. And they also know what Bishop Carlton Pearson wanted. And so this is probably going to help anyone that will feel like, oh, we didn't give him what he wanted because we needed this, we needed that. For them to free themselves up of that. I mean, because he's still going to get what he wanted, and it's fine. Having multiple celebrations don't do nothing but really give the king what he need anyway, or what he deserve rather, anyway, because he should be honored by all of the people, the fundamentalists and the more expanded conscious people. Everybody should honor him. Yes, Bishop was a man of love. There's no words to explain just how much of a man of love he was. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Ain't never seen it. Never. Ever. And I've been around a lot of good saints. But they all had that button. I mean, you might take a lot, but you can get it out of them. This man, I have never seen it. Even when he should have. I don't understand it. So Larry, you are hilarious. Let's keep it 100% if you think about it. Don't allow people to bring out a character. I stayed in character, I think. I didn't go completely off. I mean, but I'm able to discern people really quick. You know, it just seemed like a money grab. First of all, if you knew me and you understand $12 to sign up for Patreon, let's suppose 1,000 signed up. That's $12,000. So you think I'm gonna do all this for $12,000? I probably got $12,000 in one of my shoe boxes. I'm always stuffing money places around my house. Not even count what's in my safe. You do not. You're not thinking outside and beyond your consciousness. No, this gives you an opportunity to show honor and to be involved in what we are doing to honor him. And you can't honor separate from money. What you letting me know is that you are a thief because you haven't put 2 cents forward towards this celebration. So your honor is just in your mouth. You complain about $12 to get into Patreon to watch when you know I'm the one that's funding it along with these other pastors. Yeah, you see you. Yeah. Why don't you go over there and ask them why they can't do an event the way Carlton wanted and foot the bill for it versus footing the bill with stipulations that dishonor his ministry. But you over here in my check, you see. See, I already know who you are. Okay. Yeah, I really wish it could be Bishop's wedding next week, but you know, this is how I chop it up. You know, and this is me. Yes, if they do not stream Bishop's Episcopal service, I will be highly surprised. I'm almost sure they're probably going to stream the musical the night before. At least I would think so. I would think so. Surprised the Clark sisters are going to sing for him, or at least Dorinda or Karen. Surprised that they're not? They may. I don't know anything that is happening. Oh, let me tell you the times. I don't know anything that is happening as relates to what's happening in Tulsa. I live in Atlanta. And I am my own entity, like Bishop Joy and Bishop Flunder D.E. Pope. We're our own entity. So we're like the misfits when it comes to the institution. So we stand on our own. So I only know what Julian lets me know. When Bishop Carlton Pearson's son texts me and tell me something, then I know. Or my mentor, because he knows Harold Ray, who's over that Episcopal thing. They all been on each other 30, 40 years, you know, and I think Bishop will be like giving like words from a friend, which is stupid. Lord, you know, I need to quit talking. Because how you going to have the whole master prophet in there who prophesied all of this over 30 years ago at Azusa? to be at the funeral service to get words from a friend. No, we need to hear the thus saith God, because now the prophecy you have spoken, it woke up, came to full bloom, and now it's in transition. So let's consult the same seer who we all got the video of him declaring and decreeing. When he stood and prophesied like that, Miles Monroe changed his sermon and then turned to Carlton and said, for this that you will do in the faith, you will die for it. And now we are burying his bones, that body that they killed. That's the reality. And I hate to say it like this because it's hard to receive. They killed him. Just like they did Jesus and he rose again. Just like they did the apostles. Because he switched. And the switch was actually a shift into more of Jesus' love. Oh my God, which made a whole lot of people live holier. Because a lot of people were not doing certain things out of fear of hell and not living their best life because they fell in love with God and themselves. And Carlton taught people how to relate to God in the self, as the self, and at the benefit of the self. That was Carlton Pearson. Just like Reverend Ike, 20 years from now, everybody may be playing his videos and singing his praises. It may be shorter than that because consciousness is shifting really quick and people are spotting the bullshit. Yeah. Let me see what else y'all done said. I'm Mary. I know what you mean. I'm actually enjoying being hijacked by the work of planning this December the 18th. So today I'm not sitting down in any of those feelings right now. I'm not going to say Bishop did not pay attention to negativity, but you're probably meaning this. He did not let the negativity and the hate stop him from doing what he knew was right to do or he was called to do. Was Bishop Pearson ordained a coach? Yes, he's fourth or fifth generation coaching. Yeah. But you know, the Kojic church rejected him publicly and stamped him anathema, heretic. Yeah. Let me see what else y'all saying. Yes, that's right. Amari got the information. Yes, so you got the right spirit. You're exactly right. Those people you run away from. Jesus didn't even disciple the poor. He preached salvation to the poor. What is the preaching to the salvation of the poor? That you will be rich or you will be wealthy. What is the good news? See, Jesus was very clear about what he was supposed to be doing. And in order to get it done, it required many different things. And one thing is resources. So he used the world of his faith and his gifting. And the natural order of things, the people understood back there in the biblical days that when someone is a servant, a spiritual servant, then what you're supposed to do is give of whatever you have. This is where the whole thing, when the disciples, when the man was begging at the thing, you know, we ain't got no money, but what we got is what we see you need. You don't know him, so we're going to give you him. So if we're going to see the prophet, we know if we're going to see the prophet, then we take a gift. But there is something that the church has birthed in Black people called poverty. What do you mean, Larry? People come to church free. And they listen to the best singing. They listen to the best preaching. Their lives get changed. And they don't have to put 1 red cent in the offering. Somebody else next to them that will fund it. For them to come there every week and be foolishly a taker. Well, that creates a culture, especially those churches that pay their money to bring in top-notch gospel artists. That if they were doing a concert like on a reunion tour, they have to pay $100, $200, $500, $600 to get a seat. But they can just come to their local church and hear it free. They ain't got to put $1 in the offering. See, the whole system is fucked up, and it was able to go along like that for decades. But now that we're in a different time and the world has shifted, now they're realizing it. Those same gospel artists on the reunion tour, you can go to your local pretty large Kojic church and see them Sunday morning as the guest psalmist. Free. You don't have to put $1 in the offering. Now, because the change of the time, we say, okay, this is fucked up, this whole system, how we're doing this. So we got to change how we do this. You know, some churches are still doing it the same way because they're large enough, rich enough to do it. But that middle church and that small church, especially that middle church, that middle large, if they're not mega, but middle, they feeling it now. And some things got to change. Either they're going to downsize or all go online or be a hybrid church. Most of it online during the week, then only there on Sunday. Because them big buildings like that, you guys, your light bill is $30,000 to $50,000 a month if you're coming in there a certain number of days during the month. And sometimes it's more than that. So I know some of y'all are dollar dumb, but I'm not. And I know some of y'all say you love folk and do a lot of lip service to people you say you love and honor and don't never give your money. Well, I don't. I know better. They lost the money. You can't honor separate from money. Okay? So you're not doing that over here. Maybe with them other folk, but that's not how I run in my community. I haven't ran like that, and I've only ran like this. And this is the only way that I'm going to do it. Yeah. All right. I done told your black ass. No, in fact, let me just, because you're the only person over here asking this stupid question. You won't be able to ask it no more. You're gone. I don't know what your mission is. It must be a troll. It doesn't make any sense. Somebody, is there another way without joining your Patreon? What? No. You want me to now spend, because in order to do that, I would have to, I don't like the word spend. See, when you talk to broke people and cheap people, you start saying stuff that you don't normally say. I don't practice saying spending money because the root word of spend is in, and I'm not ending my money. I'm circulating and building and multiplying my money. But let me make the statement since the dummy put on the screen. I would have to now take money to create another system software to where anybody could hit a link but they got to pay before they do the link. I'm not doing that unless there is some economical way that my staff know. I don't know, but in my mind, I think, okay, I got to download this, buy this, and have. I'm not doing all that. We already got our systems in place, and we doing it along with Bishop, Yvette Flunder, D.E. Paul, and whoever else is going to be assistant there. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. What the hell your problem is? Yeah. You left Kojic in college. Right. Yeah. So he was here for something else. So that's somebody else. That's a troll. What you call a troll? Yeah. This is how you join Patreon. Now you don't need to join it till after December the 1st, or it's going to be two $12 payments. Because the moment you sign up, it's $12. Then on the 1st, it's going to hit you again for $12 because that's the time it does every month. So you can wait till after December the 1st, or you can do it now and go back and enjoy all of the private conversations we've had with Bishop Jordan, myself, Bishop Pearson. There's so much over there since 2019 that you can sit there and really go to a masterclass. Every Sunday, every Wednesday is posted in there. I mean, but what I realize, a lot of people don't like information. I might be a little bit of a nerd because I love, you see over here is like 4 or 5 books and stuff that I'm just reading through at certain times. I don't know. I love information. And I think that desire, hunger, and love for information is the reason why I ain't sitting somewhere stupid. And the reality is that quite a few people sitting somewhere stupid. Some of your most beautiful people are dumb as hell. Nice shape, but start running their mouth and head full of air. Ain't no sense in it, just air. Yeah. So you can wait till December the 1st, then that's $112. The 18th is when we do the live. You can cancel it before the 1st. Simple as that. He actually has an interview he did with Catherine Coleman. Yep, sure did. I mean, Jesus. We done it out here free. Now, some of them we did inside Patreon private because we went there. Yeah. Okay, who is advertising in my chat? Let me block you. All right. Let's look at this comment. This is interesting. I'm so shocked how many people coming to his aid now. Man, if he could have done all this when he was alive, man of God would still be here. Man have to learn how to love and put our different side. Chris D, you're right. He would have lived longer. He would have never developed cancer, as you're going to hear us have that conversation while he was on his bed of transition. However, he was very blessed by all, y'all opened the floodgates once you found out he was sick. A day didn't go by, I didn't see somebody honoring Bishop Carlton Pearson. And right before he transitioned, he stopped talking, but he was still able to, hear and see things that people were saying. And I'm sure that it really, really, really blessed him. So I said, will you be recording it and possibly selling the video after service? I don't see that. I haven't sold the video in years. No, it'll be in Patreon. The live stream will be in Patreon. But then, of course, we professionally mix, edit, make it beautiful sounding. Because sometimes the live stream don't sound that good. And probably drop pieces, little clips over the internet. But the raw feed that has been mixed and mastered would be that would be dropped in Patreon. But clips will be out here for everybody to see certain clips. Yeah. Yes, a lot of people have said that all of those great words for many weeks eased the blow of his transition. And that's what I was thinking too, Lisa. I was like, I would be all right because I've done my little crime. But then when he passed and went into the next phase, I've been going through some changes with him. I'm like, really, you like you ain't know. It just, I don't know. I want to smell him. I want to laugh with him. He was hilarious. He's a jokester. It's comedic, and he likes dark comedy too. He'll say stuff inappropriate, and the wisdom. Oh my God, he consistently would prophesy to me all the time. I mean, I have so many texts. I stayed up one night and didn't sleep after he passed. It was the night he passed. Yeah, that night, because I knew Julian wasn't answering me on purpose. I had hit him up at 4:30 that day, and I said I could feel him fading. I hit him up like 2 or 3 days prior to that. I said, tell me the truth, what is happening. I just knew. But in the interview you'll see it, Carlton turned to me and he said, Larry, when I die, you're going to feel it. That's what he said. I said, well, you're not dying, Bishop, you're transition. He said, you know what I mean. Yeah, that. Let me look what else. It's interesting. You know, I'm not gonna say it's now I'm pretty sure it's some fussing. But you know, certain stuff people gonna keep from me because they don't know how I'm gonna react. But I love people and I'm respectful. I just keep it real. Um, I think the people of Tulsa should be celebrating him in whatever way they want to, even if that may mean that they're not making no mention of inclusion, because that's what they said. Not making no mention of this, that, and the other. Yeah, okay, in some world, in some way, y'all loved him. So do what you do. But Atlanta is the city and California that wrapped our arms around him. We were already ready for his message of love. And that's really how he got deeply involved with a lot of the same gender loving organizations, because it was a love word. But his teaching, along with Bishop Flunder, really changed it. It changed the same gender loving community in Christianity, because his teaching and hers was still very challenging. Like they teach stuff like, I don't care if you gay or straight. If you ain't married, you ain't got no business having sex. I was like, all right, come on, holiness. And y'all know I teach and I believe that sex is not supposed to happen as a one-night stand. It's only for people that are in covenant, which a lot of people have a problem with, but that's what Larry believes. I believe that's the revelation that I got out of the scripture. That's what I saw. I know the fornication conversation. I ain't getting into all of that. I could tell what the text was telling me. Sex is marriage. Knowing somebody, the Bible's talking about sex with somebody. Espouse. Okay, I see. So whenever I have sex with somebody, I go into a marriage. So I understand that you're not supposed to be having sex outside of a covenant. Yeah. So that teaching, the way that the white evangelicals and the black privileged, I'm not even gonna call them Republicans because I don't know if that is true or not, but how they represented what Carlton believed was wrong. And I believe it was intentional to keep people from listening to him. And that's manipulative and strategic. Really? Somebody else told me that. Is there something to that, you guys? Or y'all just talking? I mean, I have lost weight. I don't see it. I still look the same to me. But somebody else told me that. Yeah, we're going to keep his legacy alive together. I'm going to do it. Mike Williams got all this footage. I'm sure he can be posting. There are 2 or 3 people that has access to his IG. They've been posting. So many people have been posting their music and stuff. We're going to keep it alive. Let me tell you the way we keep it alive, not just by sharing that stuff. It's by making a decision that we're going to be like Carlton was. I ain't saying we're going to believe like him, because some of you that may take it too far. But as a community, we're going to start being like him, because he loved unconditionally even those that killed him. Oh, we can learn from this. Absolutely. I don't care what you believe. This you can learn from, because that is the example of Jesus. Father, forgive them. As they got him hung up on the cross. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Sound like Carlton to me. Carlton and Jesus was clearly brothers. Yeah. Right, Donnell. And he said that, remember in that video, he said he doesn't have a successor. Julian is his son. And a lot of pastors want their sons to take over, but he has a different kind of gift. He said, I don't have a successor, like Oral will say. He said, but I have succession. And he pointed at me. But I represent, there's so many people That is, I mean, grabbing the bull by the horns and reforming our thinking, reforming our Christianity, and making us ready to evangelize the world and not try to get everybody to be and believe every drop and tittle that we are and believe. But when I say evangelize the world, I mean impact it with love. That literally calls people to make an inquiry about God in themselves. See, when you love somebody unconditionally, it causes them to make inquiry about how they sit with themselves. And if they have a God concept, that's really the same question. When you start asking yourself questions, you're literally asking God questions. And there's no question that you have about God or yourself that you don't already know. You're just out of alignment with it. The answer to every question you have is running around in you. Let me say it again. The answer to every question you have, you already have the answer. It is in you running around, waiting to be unearthed and realized. This is where they get this false concept that a prophet will never come to you and prophesy something you do not know. That's because somebody that kept getting prophesied noticed a pattern. Oh, you know what? On some level, I feel like I knew what he was saying. Yeah, but that's not true. That's not what prophets come to do, to confirm something you already know. No. So y'all get rid of that. I heard it before that. That's somebody who is probably not a prophet and do not understand the world of prophecy, especially the mantle of the prophet. But yeah, there's no question that you have that the answer is not running around on the inside of you. That's what I believe, because God is all knowing and I'm a piece of God. So if I can meditate and still myself enough, and I can work through my unfinished business and I can work through my unhealed trauma, what will be left is me. And coming into the I am is coming into everything. Okay. I listened to others about his message, but when I heard for myself and listened to him on your show, I actually agreed. That's what happens with almost everybody. Because how can you destroy? No, we're not going to have a public view. And Tulsa is handling his body and his bones. We're handling his spirit. No. I mean, I could have asked the family and to fly the body so we can have it here. I could have done that. Carlton didn't say that to me. Go watch the videotape. I think what's important to us and what's important to him is two different things. This is why I know some people are not going to Tulsa. Some of the siblings, his family is not going to Tulsa because they know what he wants, so they're not coming at all to Tulsa. But all of the siblings is coming to Atlanta. It was interesting to talk to some of them because they're like, oh my God, we know so much about you. He talked about you so much, which sort of warmed my heart a lot, really. It really did. I really love this man. And going forward is going to be a must. It just will be difficult. But I'm so grateful. We got so much left behind. And I still got so much in my phone. Stuff that he told me. When he prophesied to me in 2021, I had preached that morning. And I asked him, I said, was I clear? He said, you were crystal clear. He said, but most of what you said would not be realized until years from now. He said, a lot of what I said would not be realized until I'm gone. He said, I am here to guide you and to push you, Larry. He said, because I see in you because of you. He said, I know that the reform of the church is going to continue. He said, I'll lead you from this side and I'll lead you from the other side. And this was in 21. And I still have the text message. We got so much left. I do know it's a little sad. And a little sad is a lot sad, but we'll be okay. All right. Yeah. We really got to sort of measure up to Carlton. We really got to measure up. I ain't never seen the love on display like that. No. Well, they may be after last night and this morning because I was explaining to them. I understand, what you feel, and you're not wrong. Well, you have or at least you have a right. So if you don't want to go, I understand. And let me tell you who else ain't going. Let me see how she put it up first before I be said something. Let me see. Well, let me just say it like this. It's rumored that Bishop Yvette Flunder isn't going at all to anything in Tulsa, not even the services that they created basically for her. She was clear on Carlton asked her. Carlton asked D.E. Polk as well to say something or to preach at the funeral. So we're gonna make sure they saying something. Now, more people than just them will be saying something, but these people like Jordan, Flunder, Polk, Mike, David, his children, even his former wife, that's their family, and his siblings. We're going to hear from those people. We're also going to have to hear from the White House rep, and they're reading a letter presentation, which they should have one in Tulsa too. And then the mayor here, and there's some elites that will be saying something too. But the main bag in between there, we're gonna be hearing that 1 to 200 voice choir. I mean, killing us and sending us into a Holy Ghost fit. They're going to have a choir. I think David's going to choir the funeral there in Tulsa too, I think. So all of the celebrations are going to be great. I do not know you personally, but that Jones name, that's making me think. David Jones. He said his name he said him and Bishop Jordan were the only two people that made sure he was okay after everything. Now, I think that's your Archbishop. That's in the video, and I'm going to play it. Yeah. Ain't it? I mean, because it's like he knew. I don't know how he knew. Because he made some statements to me that I thought was about that day I was there. And now it makes all the sense. It's like he was in the future and he knew. And he put down a piece of prophesying and it's a prophetic declaration over Bishop Jordan. I think Bishop Jordan already put that up, but I'm going to play it on my platform too, I think. Yeah. Yes, he did. Lisa said, let me go get a choir roll. Okay, we're dropping the flyer today with in fact, I can go ahead and give you the website. If you go to this website, you can go ahead and register if you want to be in the choir or if you're coming, because it's all free registration. But see, I know y'all don't know how I do business. Look, you're not coming to anything I'm coming to, and I don't know your first and last name your email address, phone number, and where you from that's walking through that door to be in that room that God has anointed me, and in this case others, to sit. I'm responsible for you while you're there from a professional standpoint, well, even spiritually. And I just don't operate like that. I don't have these random. And if you think outside the church, we're the only ones that do that foolishness. You not coming to no concert, no presentation, no workshop, and you don't register. You're not coming to nothing that I'm involved in, and you're not, because it's just improper. And that's thanks to my coach, the Archbishop Jordan. So I don't operate like that. So if you go to this website, you can go ahead and register. Let me know you're coming. You're going to get a free digital ticket that you got to bring to the door, or your ass ain't coming in. Also, if you want to be in the choir, sign up so we will know. And connect you with David, which I'm about to talk to him today. You may have a rehearsal the evening before on that Sunday the 17th, so you may need to come in early. Then the other registration is for, because there probably will be some bishops, artists, I know, public figures who want to come. Well, those people we want to seat properly. So if VIP persons, we need to sign up at that link. Oh, and let me tell you what's the website. Okay, y'all put it in the chat. AzusaCelebrationOfLife.com. 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 If you are coming on December the 18th, if you want to be a part of the 1 to 200 voice choir, if you are a VIP, a very important person, you are an actor, you are a politician, you are a local leader, you are a bishop, head of a reformation, we want to make sure you're seated proper, and we're going to honor you, because that's what Carlton would do. I don't care if all of the bishops and the organizers, Transformation Church, Mike Todd himself, come to Atlanta. We're going to put them in a proper seat to acknowledge them. And even if they want to have words, that's fine. As long as they don't come with that saying nothing sideways, talking about his doctrine. That's fine, because that's what Carlton would do. He said, I want diversity, so everybody there can't be inclusive. It has to be everybody, or it's not what Carlton would want. And that's what we want to do. I got to talk to Bishop Flunder, my mentor, D.E. Polk, David, Mike. I'm asking this, Sam, Julian. I need to talk with these people and see, because there's some gospel artists that contact me that just want to be a part. And I got to see how, in my mind, just come. That's your honor. But maybe they may feel like, I don't know, at the end when we're going out, maybe all of them come up there and sing. I don't know. But I just want to do what he said. He said, Lee Andrea, Ricky Dillard. We know John P. Key was very close to the family. He's another person been making sure everybody is all right in the family. So definitely John P. Key. And then he said, I don't know if I have Tamala there or not. So I'm going to contact her and see if she can come. And that's it for the music. And of course, the choir going to be singing. So we ain't going to be there all day now. So, and we're starting at 5. So we can get all that done, and we can buck, shout, roll in the floor, speak in tongues, and be out in an hour and a half, 2 hours. We can do that. We definitely can do that. So go ahead right now. You can start registering. Yes, Bishop O.C. Allen will be there. He will have words. I told him yesterday, because Bishop will go and fellowship with them and preach for them. So everybody I really want somebody representing the Joint College of Bishops to come and come with an apology in their life, in their mouth, a letter. That's a big ask, I know, because I don't know if religious people know how to honor somebody without putting themselves in it and explaining how they don't. They need to apologize for ambushing him. And the founder never did, and he's gone to glory. Now, those that are still left in the Joint College of Bishops, y'all should take that on, because you should never have done that. It was wrong. Joel McDonough, maybe you typed that before I explained, because that is like you didn't hear what I said. They don't need to apologize for. And let's understand, we say wrong doctrine. You're calling it wrong does not make it wrong. Wrong is relative. Right is relative. Even if you go to a scripture text and you exegete, which will probably be improper, to support whatever you're saying, I don't know why there is this thing that we cannot love people that don't think and believe like us. I don't know what spirit that is, but then, Jesus in it. He'd apologize for ambushing. Just like I said, Bishop T.D. Jakes needs to apologize for publicly denouncing his brother on a white platform who just on November the 8th called him a heretic and questioned should we acknowledge him at all. Let me tell you what they said. And see, this, I know y'all don't be understanding everything that I be saying. They just posted, they said, after backsliding into heresy, the former Pentecostal bishop led many into error. Y'all, they just wrote this. Carlton Pearson, the Pentecostal bishop who was labeled a heretic by charisma, they say by his peers, because he rejected the authority of the Bible, not true, is now at death's door, according to a video he posted last week from his hospital bed. The 70-year-old preacher who has battled prostate cancer off and on for years was put under hospice care a few days ago. From his deathbed, look what it's saying. Pearson smiled and told his followers he will see them in heaven. But will he? I'm glad I'm not the one to decide that. But I wouldn't want to be in this man's shoes as he steps into eternity. You see how personal this is with Lestrange, Steve Lestrange. And he was the one that went and got these statements from Bishop Jakes, from G.E. Patterson to denounce him, because he said to them, allegedly, I don't have it in print, I only have a story. As relates to this, he said, I can't do what I need to do if y'all are going to be speaking up for him. So either y'all say nothing or join me in this, because we're going to do this. And they did it for a year and some change, almost 2 years. So I know a lot of times y'all don't know what I know, but I can only share what is public, and I will give context and a backdrop on something if it's connected to what is public. But I can't do it until it's like that, because it's just my way my integrity is set up. But these are some satanic sons of bitches that call themselves Christians who killed, and I want to be very clear, they killed Carlton Pearson like they killed Jesus. It's the same murder. But we quantify it and qualify it or qualify a certain kind of way because it's, I don't know, because of the white evangelicals or our Bible. I don't know what it is. But something doesn't let us see it for what it is. That's what it is. And Carlton got very clear about that on his bed of transition. I was there and got it on camera. Let me see what y'all saying now. Yeah, this was written November the 8th prior to him passing. You see? So what do y'all say about that? Oh my God, this is interesting. Hey, G-Man News, how are you? Just go to AzusaCelebrationOfLife.com and register. Oh, this is some. Oh, there's two different people. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's you in my inbox too. All right, I'll tell them. Oh, the only protocol you have is just the register, so you get in the door. That's it. That's it. So you get in the door, get your registration thing, and that's it. It's free. It's just the way that we handle. Other than Bishop Jordan, I don't know nobody else that's more meticulous and move a certain kind of way. And I'm just like that. So exactly, Kendall. We don't need Bible thumpers in the chat. Go do your own live. What you over here for? Ooh, come on, say that. You gave me a little bit of a chill. His spirit is first love, not doctrine. Oh, yeah, you gave me chills. I got chills on that. Because it's such a truth that sit down. So you get chills many different times for many different reasons, but a lot of time when I get chills, because somebody is saying something that so resonates with what I believe in the deepest part of myself. You getting chills don't mean it's right. It just means it's right to you and for you. Yeah, so that gave me chills. Yeah. Yes, I like this. So I said, wow, I forgot about Jake's at PD party. That's his mentor. Jake's his PD mentor, from what I was told, or at least they're close friends. Yeah. Well, it could be this PD just revere him and Jake's can because he asked. And it's a good look for Jake's. We can't really. We could presume, but we shouldn't really. It is the same. It is the exact same. You know, can somebody love you and then dog you and then get back to the love as relates to you? Yes, we're human. But there needs to be some acknowledgement to who it matters, probably the person that you dog. But I do think that's possible. That's the exact same Stephen Strange that attempted to destroy Master Prophet Jordan. The difference is when he went to these same people to get statements, they were like, well, you don't really need us because he's nobody. So you can just do whatever you're doing. And so they've done that with Bishop Jordan for like 3 months, every week. And then the other time, even since he's been on my platform, they did it again. No. He's already blessing me, baby. Oh, you one of them. So let me just send you somewhere else to go. You be blessed, Joel McDonough, but this ain't the place for you. Why can't I block you? Kendall must have already done it. The thing ain't even coming up to block you. I don't see the point of people coming over here. You trying to convert me? You know, I was saved probably when you was a little. I would say a long time. And I ain't got time yet. Running for Jesus a long time. Ain't got time yet. Yeah. Yes. Karen did say something. If he showed up to the memorial, would the family let Jake speak? I'm pretty well. He probably ended up there as Mike Todd, and from what I understand, Mike Todd gets coaching and calls from Jake's. From what I'm told, I can't confirm it. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I was told 2 or 3 days ago. So it probably will be up to him. It will be a good look for Mike and the church if the media is going to be there, and they probably will, somebody's going to write an article about the funeral. That would be a good look for Mike Todd, but maybe not media-wise. Well, it depends on who's the writer. But it might not be a good look. Now, see, this is the thing. Oh, let me tell y'all though. There's some people that are involved in this Tulsa thing, like I said, who don't support Carlton's last 20 years of his life ministry, but they love him. Those people, including Mike Todd and Transformation and probably Bishop Ray, they probably ain't saying this to Bishop Jordan because Bishop Jordan been outside of that thing for years. But they're being, why are you going to be a part of the funeral and the burying of that heretic? You know, what he preached was not right. Why y'all fooling up with him? So this is how come I can't be mad at Mike Todd not wanting certain statements made and certain people talking, because after this, he has to eat. And if he done went viral 2 or 3 times this year for stuff that ain't even that good. He don't want to injure what he's doing. I just wish I was at the front end of this. I'd be like, okay, you ain't got to. I can pay for it. It's good. Me, Flounder, it's not that hard. We can come together. If one person has to do it, that's one thing, but we can do that. Had I known that, that's how that would have went. Because I think doing it the way that Bishop Carlton wanted is better. Denise Jones Mitchell, she says, is there a thing called sin, or there is no sin? Ooh, baby, there is sin. Now, everybody defines sin differently. The church defines sin as anything that you do that does not line up with what they say you should not be doing. For instance, a woman hit me up that's been married in a common law marriage. They've been living together exclusive for 25 years. Now they're 60-something years old, and someone that's telling them they've been shacking, they've been outside the will of God, they need to get right before they die. And she asked me, and she said, Larry, am I not right? What I need to do? Do I need to get married? I said, baby, you already married. She said, oh, no, I think you misunderstood. We have not went down there to the courthouse and done X, Y, Z. I said, baby, listen, according to the Bible, cause y'all for working, you know each other, you're espoused. That is your husband. And I had to work with her with that a little bit, through back and forth through text, for her to get it. You know, that is true. What am I doing? You just making up a situation in your head and giving it a meaning because somebody told you it had one. You know. So no. But yes, baby, people define sin differently. Now, this is how Larry Reid Live defines sin. Now, if you hear what I'm saying, it depends on what ears you hear what I say this in. For some of you, this is going to sound like, oh, okay, I got that. I can do that. And some of you are going to say, oh, my God, I can't do that. Because in my opinion, sin is not thinking rationally. That's a sin. Irrational thinking is sin. Not using your mind, your brain, being present and aware in decision-making and behavior and words, sin. It definitely gives place to even more sin. I believe sin is also the practice of anything that is harmful to yourself. I also believe it's the practice of anything. Notice I'm saying practice. I'm not talking about, one situation here and there, because you are human. The practice of bringing harm to others, that's sin. The acceptance of anything less than God's will of good for you. So I don't go and sleep with random people one night because of what the Bible says, flee fornication. Not just because of that, but because it's way less than God's will of good for me. Random one night sex. Sex is something that should happen between two people in a covenant, so that I can get all of the psychological, mental, and emotional, as well as physical, those soul needs, that should be shared with somebody that you have a covenant with. In order for sin to be accomplished, you have to be out of focus, distracted, or hijacked. No one that is focused on their assignment and present within themselves will ever commit sin, which makes us now see that text in a way that where it's doable. If a man knows God, he sins not. There's no sin in him. Up under the church rules, it's impossible. It's impossible to be sinless. But what I teach and have been teaching for several years to my spiritual children and community, I hate to say children, spiritual students, I like that. But to some, I say daughter because it's when they're that close. But yeah, then you can live sin-free. Yeah. I know why you asked that, because of what they told you about what Carlton preached. And it's not true. Yeah, there's a story behind that. Let me see. The Clark sister did say something. Karen did. And she left it up. Jesus is the only one. You know they're going to be there in the audience. Mm-hmm. That's a statement. It's baby Vonda. It's embarrassing how bad it is. No lie. Because although we are progressive, Reformation Church of Atlanta, MBN Network, we're progressive. But we still we represent the church that is a spiritual organism and a movement, but some of us still have our foot in the institution. And the institution, it's embarrassing to even tell you what goes on for the sake of power, money, sometimes sex. The politics surrounding that it's embarrassing to even say. Because if you tell all that, some people may just never recover from that, because they don't know how to separate people from God. Yeah. That's a horrible thing, I tell you. Oh, yes, he knows that. Lemony, love me. That's what Donnie sung at Azusa. But he done it in soprano. Dying, he saved me. Buried, he carried my sins far away. Rising, he justified me. I've been spending my days watching his teachings. And I just finished reading his book, The Gospel of Inclusion. People should go purchase it as a way to support Bishop's family. His family won't get that money. You listening to any of his music or his books, from what I was told, anyway, he don't get that money. See, Bishop Carlton was not a businessman. If you go back to them videos I posted, if you follow my stories, I posted something from D.E. Polk. From the 70s, he's been talent. He is a performer. He is a pulpiteer. He's an artist. He's not nobody's businessman. He loves people and he gives to people and he wants to do things for people. Azusa was accomplished by his staff. He was the front man as far as the business is concerned. He wasn't a business. Was not a businessman. All right. Thank you. Ooh, that's a statement. It's loaded. I would like to go into it, but I'm not going to. I like the name of it, Azusa Celebration of Life. Yeah. Larry, no good. Brought it up to you. Recognize that as sin. She was struggling with the sin and that she is ready. It's not a sin. Oh my God. Well, why am I going to tell her something that I do not believe? If she is in an exclusive relationship with one man and they live together, that is a marriage. Even the law says it's common law marriage. So I don't know what is this desire to make people believe what you believe. They're doing what married people who went to the court and got a license and a piece of paper that are married cannot do, which is be exclusive and stay in the same house. Whoever you are sleeping with is your spouse, spiritually and biblically. I didn't make that up. I didn't make that up. That is what it is. Western thinking and the need to control people looks at the Bible with a different lens. Now, mind you, the translation we got, some of that bias is actually in our translation. So there are words in there that weren't in there prior to 1947. The words that are in there that weren't in there prior to 1611. So it's been interpreted, I think it was 42,000 times. So just think about that. It's just translated that many times. You ever play that game where you whisper something in somebody's ear and they go around the circle? By the time it come back, it'd be something totally different. Right, that's what our grimoire, our spiritual book, our sacred book in Christianity is. It's a hodgepodge. Some parts are true, some parts are myth, some parts are prophetic, some parts are historical. That's just a known fact. If you just Google a little bit, you can know. You didn't have to pay the thousands of dollars I did when I was a kid going to school. It's just a fact. It does not take from the Bible. In fact, for me, it makes it even more mysterious how this Bible, and this is what they were saying Carlton did, he did not do. This Bible is what walked Carlton to his revelation and his relationship with God. Same thing for me. So I will never throw away the church, throw away the Bible, because that is how I got here into reform, into progressive theology, into spirituality at the level that I'm at. That Bible did that. Yeah. So there's that. He probably will show up at the one in Tulsa. All those big names from the Azusa time, in my opinion, should have their access in Tulsa and probably will. Some of them will probably come to the Atlanta one as well. Because these people, they love Carlton in their way, not in the way that Carlton loved them. Let me see. Yes, the energy and the institution that the church is and the government is the exact same. Exact same. Well, you know why that is. Will the honorable services be streamed? The ones in Tulsa probably will be streamed. The one in Atlanta will be streamed, but it won't be streamed to the public, just to those that have signed up in Patreon, patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. You just registered, great. So you just secured your seat. And it was free. Tell them how much you paid for it. $0. That's what it was. They were mad that he chose to not focus on hell in the way that he and they have been preaching up until then. Because hell is like the main thing the church uses, whether it's verbalized or not. It's even in your consciousness because it's in the consciousness of the collective, and you cannot believe it. I have read the testimonies of people that say they've been to hell or that they've been to heaven. And I never believed, and that made them a believer. Well, let me tell you how that works scientifically. There's a such thing as called collective consciousness. And if you are in the practice of maintaining your consciousness and doing the work in your brain, in your mind that affects your brain, even the clearing and the programming that needs to happen in your subconscious, then collective consciousness while you sleep, while you're under drug-induced euphoria, weed, on the table in the hospital, they gave you some anesthetic, or you get shot and you slip in between worlds, that collective consciousness now will begin to dance in your awareness because it's in the air. See, this is why this is what the Bible literally means when it says that Satan is the prince of the air. It's one of the things that it meant. It's talking about the etheric, the invisible, vibrations, frequencies, mind pictures, moods, emotions. He does a lot. He got a lot of equity at stake in those worlds because that is how he gets you. And when you think devil and Satan, I want you to think negativity. I don't want you to think about horns and hoofs and pitchforks and red or black. All that's conditioning and programming. I want you to think energetic. Okay. All right. Let me see. We can't put our own twist on God's word, but everybody else did. This is an interesting statement. That lets me know you do not know canonization. Can y'all put canonization? That means how people put together a particular thing, in this case, the Bible. That was done by people. God did not come out of heaven and write it. It's the same thing we experience when a preacher stands up to preach. He's supposed to be saying what the Spirit says, and he probably does most of the time as a good preacher, and they yield the vessel. But there are pockets and there are things that he do that the Spirit is not telling him to do. That's a part of his delivery, and he chooses to do that. So when you're dealing with translations, it literally means that this is how they relate to a thing that they are transferring into another ideology, form, language. So you can call that transferring, the twisting of the word. Now, if you're going to talk to me, I want you to just think, because I'm not going to just accept what you said, because I got good sense. I have the Holy Ghost. I have teachers, preachers, prophets in my life, and I have degrees and books and my own library, and have had a library for 15 years. So no, that's not, no. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm aware of that, but I'm also very aware when people aren't open to nothing but argument. Please teach the people joy. And that is still to date our most complete Bible ever. Comes out of Africa. I am sure that the services in Tulsa will be streamed. Oh, let me go ahead and tell y'all, I done posted it. Somebody asked me to my Larry, why you post their services? I said, cause it's honoring my friend. That's why I posted. It's honoring my friend. I'm not letting that stuff get to me like I was letting it get to me. However, I'm still gonna come up here and tell y'all I done said quite a bit, but I still ain't told y'all everything. Because it's honoring my friend. It's a celebration honoring my friend. Why am I? That's what I've been asking and begging for, for everybody to do. I wanted to do it while he could read it and see it. But have at it. I am complete. It's honoring my friend. That's why I am going to be there. And I was only going to come to the funeral, but Bishop, my mentor, had another statement with me. So I'm going to do what he is asking. And that will be that. I haven't heard you say one site of passage of scripture to substantiate what you're saying. That's because you're not studying. If you will listen to what I'm saying, and anybody in this chat who know their Bible, when I begin to talk, even when I'm talking about sin, your mind was getting flooded with scriptures that align with what I am saying. See, there's reading the Bible, then there is exegesis, and then there's revelation. So you have to go through all of those journeys before you're so quick to ask somebody to substantiate. So you're asking me to substantiate what I know about God and have experience by what somebody wrote 2,000 years ago, who does not have a relationship with the science, who do not have the relationship with the data that has been gathered all of these thousands of years. And they were in a different culture and in a different time, speaking a different language to substantiate what I know about the love of Christ. I'm not the one with the problem. Now, you need convincing. It's not me. Let me see. You said, I became a fan when I saw a video of Larry telling all Bishop Pearson haters to kiss his ass. Well, that sounds like me. Oh my God. I bought my African Bible when I visited Atlanta. It goes back some years. Great. Ooh. Let me see here. Y'all are cutting up. Oh, yeah. So go ahead and get into Patreon. What is the day? Lord, I don't know what day it is. Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all, one of the members in our community has passed. And what's so interesting, because we found out about her cancer diagnosis the same within 2 weeks of finding out about Carlton and my mom. And they all three have met and know each other. I think I got a picture with those three in it. And Carlton, well, she passed first days before Carlton. And so I wasn't able to tell Carlton, but he know who she was. I'm pretty sure they'll meet up on the other side. And it was very interesting. Very interesting. That's the inside thought slipping out. But anyway, tomorrow is her funeral. Right now, I'm supposed to be my bishop at Propagology, but I can't be there because the way the flights were set up, unless I flew private, I couldn't move the way I wanted to move. And I don't want, it's a shame I have so many miles to fly private anywhere and I don't ever use it. I don't know. I need to buy a plane, but it has to be a certain size. So it's when I buy one, I'll let y'all know. I'm nowhere near to buy a plane as I sit here right now. But in the spirit, from what I see, that check gonna be wrote so easy. The one I really want is around 90 million, but I settle for the one around 50 million. Probably gonna get the 20 million one first, then the 50 million, then trade it, sell, and then get the 90 million one that I really want. Yeah. The Tulsa service will be probably streaming from Transformation Church, Mike Todd and them Facebook page and YouTube page. That's what I presume. No, I don't like no little planes. No, I don't. Well, yeah, I'd rather just buy. Well, I'd rather. Let me tell you this. I'd rather do like I'm doing now, where I own them cards, the miles. We can fly whenever you want to. I'd rather do that, so they have to deal with the maintenance cost. I know with that plane, I think it's the $50 million plane. The maintenance on that a year is like $2 million. So I need to be worth about $500 million. I need to have about $350 million in assets before I feel as though it's even proper to go into jet ownership like that, meaning where it's mine. I know some preachers that have, and some artists and professionals who actually have planes. Larry's not one of them. I just am able to get on one because I buy packages that I haven't used. My God. I will. Oh, you on your way. Oh, you're on your way. You are on your way. I did that for a season years ago. Yep. And that didn't manifest. That's a secret. It didn't manifest many years later. But there is nothing that I'm sitting in right now that I have not created. And let me tell you something. The life that you have right now is the life that you feel as though you're worthy of. And the life that you have right now is the life that you have agreed with the universe to have. Now, if you feel like that you did not agree to all this bullshit, I want you to know that you did. And the shit that you're sitting in is the shit that you squeezed out. It's yours. It's yours to play in. It's yours to sit in. It's yours to flush, to get rid of, but decide to do something with it. Because it's yours. It ain't up to us to fix your shit. The life that you have right now is yours, that you chose. And you are in full agreement. Until you get out of agreement with where you are, you cannot go where you are saying out of your mouth you want to be. The way it's looking right now, you're lying. Because you ain't doing nothing to change that shit. All right. So y'all know where you got to you do your thing now, All right, so I'll see you later. I went in 45 minutes. Okay, let me see. Let me see. I love you too. Let's work on a spaceship. All right. I love each and every one of you guys. And I'll see you, some of you, If you see me at the funeral in Tulsa, come speak and have your phone already ready. And make sure your jaw clean. I like to kiss on the jaw. You know, ladies, you know I like to kiss you on the jaw. So make sure it's clean. I can do my lips can take makeup, but don't y'all put that stuff on when the makeup don't come off on a kiss. So make sure you do that. And then I'll see you also in Atlanta on the 18th. And please smell good. My nose is sensitive. My nose is terribly sensitive. And then I sort of, it's crazy. Don't like to smell something, nothing stinking. But seem like if I want to smell nothing stinking, why sniff? Am I stupid? Still, every time I hear somebody, I sniff. And one time I done that, and I tore my stomach up. It was bad. So let's try to do well by each other's stomachs and noses. Don't break our nose. Come smell good. You ought to carry some with you so right when you get out the car or right when you get in the building, you can spray down, especially in the summertime if you ain't careful. The outside make you have a certain kind of stale scent. So just be careful. You want people can remember how you smell now. Yeah. And let me go. I know y'all at Black Friday giving the white folk what they want from you, getting tricked out your money. See you later. I ain't bought thing, because I got to do this here. I got to do this here celebration of life. So Christmas is going to be looking a certain kind of way around these parts. But we got to do this, and I'll be able to sleep at night. Okay, AzusaCelebrationOfLife.com. I'm going to drop the flyer around. Oh, I'm going to say 8 o'clock tonight. It's 7:18. Well, about an hour or so. I'm going to drop it off. All right. See you later. Bye.